might be the Gotti.
All right. And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Cast. This is your host, formerly known as Bad Love Chuck. My guy Country's on the left. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. We are here. We are in territory that we're not familiar with. This is basically our first episode of us, being
Losing
eliminated from the
football.
playoffs. Yeah, man. We doing pie with
You're
for a
not used
losing
to this.
football team. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a podcast for the first time for a losing football team, man. It is what it is, man. It had to come at some point, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited about it. I'm not even upset no more. I'm excited about the last couple of games because I'm excited to see who's going to play. I'm excited to see these young guys. I'm excited to see these undrafted picks, all that good stuff. I'm excited to see it. You might as well be because they ain't going nowhere anyway, so you might as well enjoy it. Um, it's really nothing, nothing to be mad about it. I mean, you can be mad. I know people are mad, and we've had a lot of shows where everybody is mad. Kevin starting off the show on that bullshit.
we're gonna
I
get
have
to that.
no. I'm not by Fesco, and I have no sources on the stadium. Neither does he,
Right.
or Sarin Petro. I don't
Right. It's
know. I
like
don't know.
folks listen.
I ain't never heard Sarin
Folks,
Petro say anything about the stadium before. So anyway, we'll get to that later. But go ahead, Chuck.
it's like folks listen to Bob Fesco still. Man, I can't relate. But the Chiefs, they go ahead and take on the Tennessee Titans this weekend. Tennessee, as everyone knows, Patrick Mahomes has officially started his rehabbing
Mm-hmm.
from a torn ACL.
Surgery
Of
and
course.
rehab.
So yeah, surgery went well. You know what I'm saying? Didn't take long at all. He's back at it, and reports saying he's trying to rehab and get to where he can be available for week one. But we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we got Minshew Mania. Minshew Mania begins in KC this
Duck
time.
Dynasty.
For the for the last 3 games of the year. He goes against an opponent that he's very familiar with. He used to play in Jacksonville, so he done seen the Titans before. Now, this Titans team has changed quite a bit. It's a much younger Tennessee team. There are still a few similar faces. Jeffrey Simmons being the main one. He's still there holding it down in Tennessee, being
Yeah.
their best defensive player. But they got a young quarterback at Cam Ward who's coming along slowly. He's developing a bit, but the Titans they in dire situation right now. They young, get rebuilding. So
Yeah.
with
It
with
should
that
be a
being
battle. This is preseason week 15. It should be a battle of young guys. We are banged up. A lot of injuries. Do you got the injury report?
yeah, I had that pulled up here in a sec. All right, so let's see here. The latest injury report. I know Trey Smith returned to practice yesterday,
Yeah.
but they didn't have any helmets or whatever. As people may know,
We
Trey
did a
Smith
full.
played college
We
ball.
did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, about to say, as everyone knows, Trey Smith, he played college ball at Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure I think he want to try to, play in front of his home fans, and he may have some family there. So we do see that he was a full practice today, among many others. Juju was full practice. Najee Johnson, he back on the roster. He was full practice. Noah Gray full practice. Christian Fulton, Mike Edwards, Brian Cook, Hollywood Brown, and Jay Brennan he's on the active roster too. So he was a full practice.
Yep.
Trent was limited. Chris Jones was limited. And guys who didn't practice today was Leo, Jalen Moore, Rasheed Rice, Jawan, Tyquan Thornton, and Derek Nottie. Long injury report.
Derek Nottie didn't practice today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that one. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't even play Trey Smith, but I understand the Tennessee connection. Man, I see you in minicamp, bro. I don't want you to get hurt any further. With the back, with the ankle. Jawan Taylor, we might have seen the last of Jawan Taylor.
Maybe.
Jalen Moore is a candidate to come back next year, so I wouldn't rush him back. I wouldn't rush. I just want to see all the new guys. I wouldn't even rush any stars. I would put the ball in Chris Jones' hand. You don't have to play. You can play limited snaps. I'm not gonna say you can't play, but you don't have to do 100 snaps. Same with Travis. Same with Trent McDuffie. I really don't want you to play, but I mean, if you can play 25 snaps or something. Let me see what Noel got. Let me see what Kevin Knowles got. Let me see what I'm trying to think of another corner. I'm trying to say Fulton. Let me see what just this is just evaluation right now. I'm evaluating for 2026 right now. That's all I'm doing for the rest of the season. And
Yeah.
not saying I'm not trying to win no games, because I mean you can't. I don't want to throw that out there that we're not trying to win the game. No, we still trying to win the game, but at the same time, I'm just evaluating. It's like preseason. I'm just evaluating my talent right now for what I got next year.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I do want these guys to compete, you know what I'm saying? They gonna try to win, you know what I'm saying? They professionals. They're gonna compete
Yeah.
regardless, no matter who's out there. But that being said, man, I do want that high draft pick. So, that's where I'm at with it right now. At this point, it says we're out of the thing. Why not try to get the best young talent possible? So our highest paid running back, like who's the highest paid running back on the team?
I'm sure he's talking about Elijah Mitchell right now.
I don't think Elijah is gonna be back out there the rest of the year, man. It's gotta be Rashard Smith time at this point.
It gotta be. Yeah, man. The way they handled this, man, we'll get to the press
What's up,
conferences
my good
today. What
brother?
up, DG? Connor Embry. Oh God.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that, brother.
Oh
Yeah,
God, that quote pissed me off.
that
You
sounds
got
like
to
a
be
guy.
aware of. You got to read the room. You got to be aware of your surroundings and what's going on. Go ahead with the quote, because for him to say what he said shows why I want him. I don't want him working here anymore. I'm sorry. I just you have to be fired. If anybody gonna get fired, it got to be you, bro. With that quote, and Dave told. I'm sorry, Dave. I respect you as a legend, bro, and an old timer and a vet. But man, that's okay. Go ahead with the quote. I'm sorry.
Connor Embry sound like a guy that doesn't know what to do with his hands. He's one of them type of guys. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, this quote right here, he said, basically on man coverage or whatever, and how to figure that out. He said he thinks it's a mixture of things. He doesn't think you can pinpoint on one specific thing. And it's like, yeah, it just sounds like another guy that does not have any answers. That's what I got with that quote. And people got on him last year as far as him whether he did a great job or not. And he was struggling last year. You know what I'm saying? So
he gives me no confidence. Absolutely none. No confidence. And what he's coaching, what he's preaching, what he's teaching, I have no confidence in nothing. I don't know how the players got any confidence in him. He just comes off like a guy that don't know what he's talking about. And so now the perception is, well, Andy Reid doesn't give them enough leeway and power to talk, or that sound like no, that don't sound like the right thing. If they got enough leeway to put in a ring around the rosies play, then they got enough. He got enough power to go talk to Andy Reid, bro. He got to. So
yeah. It also sounds like I'm to DG's comment about Dave Tobe, like if he not gone, you got at least strip control the roster. I'm like, there's somebody else you got to strip control the roster too, and that's on the defensive side of the ball. We already talked about him. We already talked
Oh,
about him and Beach clashing as far as like egos is concerned.
Spags.
Yeah,
Spags said something today that was bad too about playing the young guys, and it's like I know Steve Nelson, and shout out to Steven, friend of the show, homeboy. I know he be on Watson head a lot, and Watson my homeboy too. So I stay in the middle. I stay neutral on it. But he said he played Watson as a rookie, as a seventh round rookie. You gave him plenty. Him and Josh got plenty of snaps. Now they may be forced into a lot of those snaps. They were forced into, but you still played them.
I
So
was just about
what's
to
the
say that.
difference now? Like, what's the difference with Noel Williams' rotation? Noel sounds like he's a little handsy, and maybe he do a lot of holding calls and stuff. But I can get past that because he shows he's physical and he a dog. He might be one of them dogs that we need. But man, let these kids play. Spags, like what's going on? I'm telling you, I
Yeah,
love
I mean,
Spags just as much as anybody else. But Spags got to let go of some of these biases. He got to let go of some of them thresholds that he holds the team to. He got to man. You got to let them boys play. Yep,
yeah, and
Trent Cook, all of them were rookies. I think because they forced him, they kind of forced his hand where it wasn't nothing but rookies back there anyway. So you got to play
I was
him,
just about to say that.
and
I was just about to say
and
that everybody was young.
and that had to be. They did have 11 rookies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
why I
was
don't get
young.
when people. That's why I don't get when people say the Chiefs are an old team. No, they're not. They got like four old people. They just really old. You know what I'm saying? But I, I, I'm going. That might be. That's why I keep saying y'all need to get edge rusher, edge rusher, edge rusher, defensive tackle, defensive tackle. Make him play. Give him a choice where he don't have no choice but to play those guys. You got to play the youngins. You got to play them because ain't nobody else to play. So I think Pickens will probably play this week. What's his name? Dave. Is it Dave or Zach?
Zach Pickens.
Zach. The defensive tackle. He's probably going to play this weekend, especially with Nadi out. The other defensive tackle that y'all had on the practice squad just got cut from the Steelers. Pick him back up and get him back in there and see what he do. See what he can do. I don't think Mike Pennell is a long-term option. I don't think Derek Nottie is a long-term option. Start getting to look at these guys now. You know what I'm saying? Start engaging them in the playbook. Start trusting them now, bro. Like all that, we gonna wait till he ready. Throw that out the window, bro. We don't have time for that no more, bro. I love
Yep.
Spags. I think Spags is a Hall of Fame coach, bro. But some of your biases, man, they just holding you back. They just holding you back, bro. And you got to let them go. It worked, but it's not working anymore. It's just not.
Yep. And
I,
look,
yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's another one, man.
He's
So
gonna be
like,
forced to do that too, because Tranquil, this probably is last year.
yeah, Drew, he shouldn't come back, man. I think Drew, his time is up, man. Everybody done figured him out now. But as far as like, just the young guys in general, Con Embry did say this about Xavier Worthy. He said the stats may not be there, but he's doing a lot of things that don't show up in the stat box. He's trying to be a leader in the locker room, and he's trying to take Jalen Rose under his wing, and we can put him everywhere. I think he can continue to grow. So, like him mentioning Jalen Rose, it sounds like Jalen Rose may get a look this week. And also to confirm that even more, Matt Nagy said something about Jalen Rose too. They asked him on whether his playing time was limited due to the wide receiver room in general. And, does he want to see more development for Royals. And he was like, you want to see more time from him if possible. We've been in a position where we've been feel very fortunate with the guys that we had since the middle of the season when Rashid came back. So it's just a numbers thing for Royals, and it's almost like a redshirt year in a way, which I predicted. I said that. So
which
he's
we were
practicing hard in
hoping
practice.
for, because we were hoping for a redshirt year because our rookies have been thrown in the fire the last couple of years.
Right. But to
I
finish the
seen somebody
quote,
say, man, that's crazy, the redshirt or fourth round pick. No, that's what fourth round picks are supposed to do. You ain't supposed to be
right,
dependent on them from day one. What is
right.
yeah.
I would love to see that too, DG. It's like they got the receivers playing like a certain role in this offense. Like they not allowed to expand their game beyond their role. That's what I'm looking at from this offense.
I would low key shut Xavier down for the year. Go ahead and get that shoulder looked at. Go ahead and get that ankle looked at. I'm a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. I don't want to hurt
All right,
you. I
but
don't want to risk further years of your career, bro. Go ahead and get that taken care of and shut that down. And matter of fact, go rehab with Pat. Y'all get close. And Rasheed, you can go down there too, because I probably shut you down for the year too, buddy.
Yeah, but to finish the quote, he was saying, Matt Nagy was saying he's practicing hard in practice. There's a lot of good stuff there with him. I'm excited to see what he's going to do, whether it's these next 3 games or in the future. I'm going to give some kids an opportunity to maybe get some more time that they wouldn't have gotten. It's our job to see that and give them those chances. Yeah, like you're not playing anything for no more. So,
and that's another thing, bro. Why do we have to get to this point for you to feel like that? You feel me? Like,
I mean, it's like you said, bro.
I think it all comes back down to
politics,
coaching,
really.
bro. All of it boils down to coaching. It always comes back to coaching. I seen a stat that said that we've dropped 92 balls in the last couple of years. Pat got the most drop balls out of the league. It's bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. But I mean,
only got to be 1,000
we trying to replace Tyreek, man. But Tyreek was generational, bro. You don't get a lot of Tyreek Hills. It ain't a lot of Tyreek Hills out there. They don't just fall off the tree. But you got a lot of people are giving up on Rashid. A lot of people are giving up on Rashid right now. A lot of people are giving up on Worthy right now. I don't get it. And Tyquan, they think Tyquan's the best receiver in the room. I'm not sure if that's the truth either. I want to see all these guys properly coached. I was trying to think about what you want to do with Hollywood. If you want to bring Hollywood back, he's not going to cost a lot. He hasn't done anything.
Man, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
I can feel that. I would want a more bigger body receiver. I would want a big more. I mean, but you kind of got that with Royals too. So to balance it out, everybody keep pointing to the offense, bro. I think the offense, personnel-wise, I don't think you need that much on the offense, bro. Besides the obvious running back, you need running backs. You need the. I would keep Kareem. I know a lot of people don't want Kareem, but I would keep Kareem in what he does. 3rd and short, 4th and short, goal line. That's your package, bro. You gotta. I would add Damian Pierce to see what he's gonna do. I thought they were gonna sign Damian Martinez. They had him in for a workout the other day. I don't know what his problem is. Is it talent? Is it up here? Is it mentally? I don't know what that is. We'll see. Came back basically. I wouldn't say he gave up on the team, bro, because some of these games, Hollywood is the only one doing anything.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder
They
what
both
went
gonna be
on.
cheap.
It makes me wonder what went on as far as him taking him not being able to play last week could do to personal reasons. Like we don't know what that could be. We don't know if something went down after the Houston Texas game, which led to him not playing with the team last week. We don't know. We don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with Hollywood right now. But I'm with Chris on that, bro. Like I need Thornton back over Hollywood, man. I feel like Tyquan didn't get enough opportunities. I feel like Tyquan earned enough opportunities, in my opinion. Like he's doing some
But
good things out there
neither one of them
for
are gonna
everybody.
break the bank. It's not like you can't bring them both back. Like
Yeah, but nah,
Thornton
that's
ain't gonna
that
be
that was
no. He ain't gonna be no
yeah,
double digit per year guy. He didn't
yeah,
do
but
that.
like that's getting in the way of Tyquan's snaps and routes. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go through that again. I need Tyquan to play a little more in this offense.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not mad at
you.
it.
I mean, I haven't looked at the free agent wide receivers. Um, uh, shoot, I might get Keon Coleman for cheap. He might be coming off of Buffalo for the cheap. But bigger body wide receivers, man, and when we was chasing Hollywood, I was the only one that was like, man, I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Everybody laughed at me and said I was a hater, but
He said okay in the show. Oh my Oh, we just getting started, DG. But you mentioned Jeffrey Bassa.
yeah.
Yeah, so Brendan Daly, the linebacker coach, was asked about him. He said he's been very down in defensively into what we're doing, been pleased with his development. But when Spags was asked about Bassa, Spags he wasn't quite, ready to throw Bassa out there by the looks of it. So yeah,
Spag
it's
has Spags gotten complacent with what he is.
I think the ego done got pretty big, man. We have all that success, whatever. I mean, sometimes egos clash, and that's basically what happened this year. 20 coaches, players, scouting department. So
Yeah. I don't wanna put that on him, but I don't know, Spags. I don't wanna fire you, Spags. I really don't. And I bet Brett Veach is saying the same thing. Like, bro, I don't wanna fire you, but damn it, I will. Because this got to change, bro. It's still the same thing. Everybody knows your blitz. It's not exotic. It's not exotic no more. Everybody knows you bringing safeties. Everybody know the game plan, bro. So you need to switch it up. You're not getting to the quarterback. I've been asking this question multiple weeks in a row.
look, I wish I had
Multiple
the answer.
weeks. I
We
asked
both
it
wish we
on
had the
the
answer.
I asked it on the bowl prediction show, which we do before the season even starts. Is there a problem between Spags and Veach? Because I'm getting you players and then you're not playing them. If I was Brett Veach, that would be a problem for me. Because why are you not playing what I'm providing you? If I'm buying the groceries, why are you not cooking what I asked?
I said, why they sit in the fridge too long?
Right.
So,
And now I'm giving it away for
so yeah.
nothing.
Oh
And
shoot!
speaking
Look
of
who
people
we
who want
have
to
just
fire
popped
people,
up.
Oh, I fire
What's happening,
anybody
baby?
except for the entire offensive coaching staff and Dave Tobe.
um, to
Yeah,
catch
what's
you up,
good, Mac?
I don't know what Connor Embry was thinking today, but he fired himself today with his press conference, in my opinion.
When you get asked a question about how the people that you're supposed to be managing and they're failing at a basically half of their job, and your answer is, I don't know, can't really pinpoint one thing. It's not a good sign for you keeping your job, in my personal opinion. That's not. you should probably have a better answer. I don't know. They can't beat man coverage. Can't really pinpoint why. It's not a good answer. It's not a good answer. It's not even approaching a good enough answer. Like, you have multiple different options. You could throw the players under the bus, which, probably would result in you firing. You could take it on yourself and say that you got to do a better job at teaching them firing points of route running, which I think would be an accurate assessment. You could also say that he thinks it's, some of the things that they have to do schematically to open things up, which you could throw Andy Reid under the bus, I suppose, but it's probably not going to end up going well for his job security either. But yeah, you can't say, I don't know, man. That's not a good answer. It's not going to help you, dog.
It's like him. It's been him. It's been Matt Nagy. It seems like it don't matter who the coach, what assistant coach it is. It seems like they don't have an answer to what's going on. That's what I've been hearing the past few weeks with these pressers.
Next year, I don't want to do no coordinator day. Scrap that shit. I mean, they don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk to the media. They don't know how to do it. Matt Nagy says, "I don't." Well, he shouldn't. It's like they want to be fired. Matt Nagy said something silly today. I don't know if they trolling or Spags. Spags is like, yeah, young boys. I'm not playing them young boys. I don't care about none of that. Like, what? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a very bad indictment on their slow playing of young players if they don't get these guys run down the stretch here. Because I could not care less. Because here's the thing. If you're telling me, because they obviously, when Nick got hurt for a few plays, they put in Jack Cochran. If you're telling me that you took a linebacker in the 5th round and you have not taught him enough to trust him, to be the first linebacker off the field or on the field is bad enough. But when you're not playing for anything, to not get that guy run over a special teams player, then that means that you're not doing your job, because there's no reason why he cannot come in and play NFL football. I'm not saying he has to do it well. I'm not saying that he's going to not make mistakes, but there's no excuse for him not knowing the system well enough to come in and play when nothing's on the line. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for Jalen Royals not being ready to go out there and play wide receiver for you down the stretch here. Xavier Worthy can go sit down. He doesn't need to play anymore. He's playing with half a body. Go sit down. Hollywood Brown, personal issues. I don't know if he wants to continue to play. It's fine if he doesn't, in my personal opinion. He can go sit down. Tyquan Thornton, he's technically under restriction, so we can't have him back if we so want to. I would be fine to keep him out there. That's fine. Juju Smith-Schuster, thank you for your service. There's no reason for you to be playing. Put Jalen Royals out there. So if these guys aren't playing, Jake Brennerstool, Jared Riley, we obviously mentioned Broussard Smith. I wish that they would have signed Damian Martinez. Obviously, that didn't happen. And even then, that was probably pushing it for him to actually play. Obviously, Damian Pierce is a great example. I understand that you have a system. The system doesn't fucking matter right now, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose. There's no reason to have, and with all due respect, Kareem Hunt, go on IR, bro. I don't care. Whatever I know you're sore somewhere. You're old. With all due respect, you're sore somewhere, go on IR. No reason for you to run anymore. Isaiah Pacheco, thank you for your service. We really do appreciate everything you've given to us. Obviously winning 2 championships here. It's time for you to move on, because you're not going to be back here next year. We got to see what we got in Damian Pierce and Broussard Smith. There's no reason for these guys not to play. And if they're not playing, then this coaching staff, in a season in which they have let this team down, this would be a major disappointment and disservice that they would be doing and not getting these young guys this run down the stretch here.
Hey, I agree with what you said on that, man. I got a question for you guys as far as like the future of the tight end room, because we don't know what Travis Kelce is going to do officially after the year. Many people are speculating that he is going to retire.
He's retired.
Yeah, I mean, we all believe that he's going to retire, but we don't know, bro. But, with that being said, whenever it does become official or whatever, like, how do y'all feel about the future of the tight end room? Because Noah Gray, he kind of had a rough year this year. You got Jake Brennerstool being brought up to the active roster this week. Still got to figure out what we're going to do with Jared Wiley. I mean, how you guys feeling about that right now?
I haven't seen the development from Noah Gray to say that he should be a starting tight end. So at this point, it's like, hey, I'm going to have to draft a guy to either push you or take your job. To be perfectly honest, just the reality situation, and it's not surprising about what Noah Gray and again what you've gotten out of him, but yeah, I mean, you just haven't seen him take a step forward to be able to be a reliable target. So got to look at some of these guys in the draft. The Eli
Does he
Stowers
get
of the
enough
Wolfpack
targets
players.
though? Like is he being used properly?
I saw him get a pretty good target, isolated, went inside, and then he dropped the ball to continue a drive on the first drive of the game. And hey, maybe you're not getting used enough, and I think that that's fair for guys that are immensely talented, like Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy. I don't feel that way about Noah Gray. People can disagree with that, but I don't. So I don't think that you're immensely talented and underutilized. You've got to take advantage of every single opportunity, and the fact that you haven't to this point, yeah, makes me feel like I got to replace you, to be perfectly honest with you. And it doesn't mean that he can't be a good tight end too, but it's just a reality situation.
I mean, that's a fair question to ask.
No, it's a fair question. Everything's fair now at the point we at. It's all fair questions. I want to see what Brent. What is his name? Brennan Stool. What is it? Braden Stool.
Brennan Stool.
Jay Brennan Stool. But
yeah.
I was going to ask you a question.
I want to see what he got. I want to see what Wally has. Robert Tonyan showed so much during the preseason, and then it's like he disappeared.
With all due respect to Robert Tonyan,
I'm over it too.
Yeah, Jared Wiley, Brennan Stool, and Noah Gray should be the primary three tight ends.
Yeah, and like Tonyan ain't even
really another guy that we had a tight end? Wasn't there somebody else?
What?
Wasn't there somebody else we were trying to stash or something that was on IR or something like that?
That was Brennan Stool.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Brennan.
I thought it was another guy.
He's been on IR this entire year.
Okay.
But to answer your question about Noah Gray, though, man, I feel like in the past few weeks, he has getting opportunities. He just been dropping the ball, man, and you can't do that. Especially knowing that you got Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, you got all these other guys fighting for targets too. So like your name gets called, you got to make the play, and no one ain't been making the plays, man.
And to be clear, it does still go for guys like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy to catch the damn ball, and Travis Kelce for that matter. That does absolutely apply to those guys. It's just, hey, I could be more patient with those guys because, the talent is there. And I do feel like they're underutilized with the wide receivers. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just not, Noah Gray doesn't have that leash. That's just not the reality of the situation.
We need a wide receiver on the show because I got to find out, how do you drop the ball? I got to find out what goes into drop balls. Like, is it I'm moving too fast? I'm thinking too much? Is it the way the ball is placed? Is it the placement? Is the ball too? It got to be something to explain 92 drops. Why do we have 92 drops over the last 3 years or so? It's crazy. Like, y'all can't catch? We're not working on the jugs after practice? Nobody's putting in extra time? Do you need gloves? I think we got sponsorships. Like, what do y'all need to catch the ball?
I mean, it could be a great deal of things.
It goes back to what you said earlier, bro.
It all comes back down to coaching. To me, all of this comes back down to coaching.
You could argue some of it's coaching. Rashee Rice specifically had concentration drops at SMU, so you want to put wherever manner of that on him. I think that some of it is an attention to detail, which obviously goes back to coaching from that standpoint. Guys not being where they're supposed to be on time, that can lead to drops. If you don't have your hands up ready, that could lead to drops. Guys thinking ahead of time as far as yards after the catch are concerned. So, I mean, it could be a great deal of things, but that's something that shouldn't happen and needs to get fixed. I think that also emphasizing people, wide receivers and weapons in general, but wide receivers particularly, that are good at the catch point and emphasizing that skill would be nice because they don't really have anybody on the team right now that is excellent at the catch point. There are things that the wide receivers and weapons in other places make plays for their quarterback that just don't happen here.
I wonder how it's going to look when Patrick Mahomes isn't a scrambling extending the play type of quarterback, and he's just a pocket guy. There's got to, because I think when this injury, I don't know, he's just not going to be the same guy. No matter how no matter how he attacks it or how much Wolverine blood y'all think he got, I don't think he's going to be the same guy. I think he's going to have to become more of a pocket passer guy, which he was in the beginning. And I just wonder how it's going to work. Or does that help you? Are you too busy trying to run scramble drills all the time that you're not concentrating on catching the ball? I don't know.
I think
I'm not blaming Pat either, so don't put that on there. But
no, I mean the reality of the situation is I do agree with you. I think that he is going to have to be more of a pocket quarterback. It's not to say that he's going to be immobile by any means, but I do believe that. And I believe that regardless of, unfortunately, him getting hurt, it's just the manner of getting older. That's just what happens. But the reality of the situation is the effectiveness of Patrick Mahomes from the pocket has never been determined by Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes is great from the pocket. He always has been. It's about what the surroundings look like. Are you going to have the type of offense that operates in structure at a high level on a consistent basis? If you do that, then Patrick Mahomes will be able to elevate said surroundings from pretty good to excellent, Super Bowl caliber. If you don't, then you're probably going to have a mid-tier offense like you've had the past 2.5 years, because the surroundings aren't good enough. You got guys dropping the ball, that's not going to be good enough. If you continue to operate out of shotgun and not give any defenses, the illusion of conflict with the run game, the offense isn't going to be good. Unfortunately, if you end up having another banged up offensive line, then the offense isn't going to be good. Oh, Stafford with a woo. Yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. If you don't make the proper adjustments to the system and to the surroundings, then that's going to determine the floor. And Patrick Mahomes can only raise the ceiling, but so far from the floor.
Yeah. With your point about Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes saying like been playing from the pocket. I think the past few years, it's been times when it's been a little skittish, but like Country been saying, it goes back to coaching. We've been seeing some of these route concepts throughout this season, and like it's like you making Patrick Mahomes play on hard mode or like, no vice, like whatever, like the highest level of difficulty is on a video game,
and everybody else playing rookie.
Yeah, rookie pro level, but yeah, bro, it's
like playing against my kid. I'm playing all pro and he's playing rookie. He's gonna complete some passes on me.
When's the last time that Mahomes has dropped back to pass and there's been a guy just wide open? Not he scrambled around first. Just when he hit the top of his drop, you just remember him. Hey, He hit the top of his drop, let the ball go. This guy wide open.
Been a couple of years.
I feel like it's been a while, man. I mean, you don't see it that often now. And I done said it, bro. Like, look, I don't watch like old Patrick Mahomes clips from like when he first got to the league and like how the ball was getting out quick. Like he didn't need to run around, trying to extend plays like that. Now these past 3 years.
Was it Corn Dog in the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't necessarily count. I wouldn't count that, only because it's like you ran a fake jet motion. I'm saying more so like for it, like down the field, not necessarily like deep, but like 10 plus yards down the field that somebody was just wide open because again, that's right. If those things happen, that's because you got the defense to do something wrong based on you scheming it up correctly, or somebody trying to think the route really well.
Xavier Worthy, Week 1, Baltimore, rookie year. He had a touchdown in the late third quarter, though. He was just wide.
Yeah,
I think the defender might have failed, though. Never mind.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even that it fell. He was playing it for cover 2 when he didn't sink. And so it was a complete blown coverage by Marlowe and the back safety. But that would be an example, at least, of what I'm looking for. So yeah. The other one earlier in this year when Kelsey got open versus the Raiders, a lot of people would be like, well, that's an example, right? But no, Mahomes hit the back of his drop and then had to scramble forward and bring the linebacker up, which then allowed Kelsey to get open, which is to say It's not when you turn on the TV, like I'm going to use the example because I'm watching now. And, this is the highest end of examples. Matthew Stafford having guys wide open because of how they're putting the defense into conflict. And Stafford tonight, even though Puka Nacua is awesome, of course, he doesn't have a bunch of weapons all over the place. He's operating out of 13 personnel. But because of the way that everything is schemed up to put the defense in conflict, then guys get open as a result of that. Did Jordan Whittington, Mumphrey, Xavier Smith, these aren't guys that were first and second round picks. You don't need that if that offensive scheme is that level. And again, I understand why it'd be like, well, you're comparing him to Sean McVay. He's Andy Reid. There's no coach that should be above comparison as far as that's concerned. Right. Because that's the standard he set.
Was Tyreek getting open just because speed alone? It was a lot of speed and scheme, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Tyreek was always open.
Yeah, it
was speed, scheme.
No, but there were times, but
Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes turned D. Robinson into a credible wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, but D-Rob, there were times in which D-Rob was open because of the things that Tyreek Hill opened up, especially down the field, and Sammy Watkins as well from that aspect too. But I mean, it's scheme and speed. Tyreek Hill is such a unique weapon that you're never going to be able to replicate that aspect of it. But
he's a generational guy. He's a generational.
But even so, there were scheme things that were taking defenses by surprise even back then that just aren't happening right now.
Yeah, and like with Tyreek Hill, man, he had a tendency to round his routes at times, but with him having that speed and athleticism, it made up for his ability to not run his routes crisp all the time, so you get away with that.
You can round your routes all you want to, no matter what you do, if you could accelerate like Tyreek Hill can.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Our wide receiver coach between Tyreek's rookie the second year? Was that David Cutler?
Yeah, I mean, are they calling was there his rookie year? I want to say Cullen was there his rookie year. Greg Lewis, he was receiver and running back coach, I think, when he was
at one
here.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I'm trying to because the jump between Tyreek Hill was, I think he was mostly just a speed guy rookie year. Second year, he was more. He grew. I don't think a lot of people grew. I don't think Rashee Rice grew from the first year through the second year, and suspension injuries. So I think Xavier Worthy kind of declined a little bit, like from first year to second year. I'm just trying to figure out why. I just need some type of answers. And then your press conferences don't give me no hope or love or confidence or any type of feeling except frustration. He did also have Jeremy Maclin. Speaking of Jeremy Maclin, Andy Reid. Oh, my boy, man. J-Mac said he's ready for that job, man. Just let him have it. Please. Jesus.
David Cutler was the wide receivers coach.
It wasn't Greg Lewis? Okay.
Greg
All
Lewis.
Right, DG, you was wrong.
So Greg Lewis was 2017 though. David Cutler was Tyreek's rookie year.
Okay.
That makes sense. Either way, the point still remains. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you need a wide receiver coach, and you need a running back coach, and you need
you need a wide receiver coach.
Hey, this is. I know we haven't been here in a while.
Staff, I think you're already at 11 wins. Which, I mean, in these days and times, that might not be enough to win the division, but that is enough to get you into the playoffs. And if you get Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, anything can happen. But
so here's the thing. I think that unfortunately, it was always going to be unrealistic to expect any type of major coaching or scheme changes coming off of the Super Bowl runs that we had gone on, even though myself and others had obviously seen the issues of where they were going and how this can continue to progress into a downturn that we saw this year. I think that the other thing that you had mentioned is that, hey, if you just do better at the defensive line positions, if you do better at the running back positions, then that gets you to 11 wins. Like that's the other thing, is like you just happen to strike out on the position aspect, that player acquisition, that really, didn't put you in a good place as far as this season was concerned, in addition to the coaching issues that you had.
Right. I don't like to look at things in hindsight, because I feel like hindsight is always 2020. And I can look back at anything and say you should have did that instead of doing this. So I don't like to work like that. I didn't see too many people mad at Elijah Mitchell when we signed him. It's been a disaster. That's fair. We can all agree that. But looking back at it when we signed him, I wasn't mad about him. I think it was a low risk. What do they call it? Low risk, low reward, or high reward, or
high risk,
whatever.
high reward.
I think what's the kid in Dallas? I think that was the same sort of him and Mitchell were kind of like the same type of guys, same type of signing, coming off an injury. I think the other dude in Dallas is a little bit younger or whatever, but it was a shot in the dark. They tried, but it didn't work. But Duke Staley, I haven't heard that name in a long time, actually. Is he still coaching?
He wasn't. I don't know if he's with Detroit still, but I don't know where
Who's
he's
the
at
running
now.
back coach in Detroit? Is he available? Is this a lateral move?
I think Deuce would be a good addition, in my personal opinion.
Man, anybody would be an upgrade over what we got right now. I'm just saying, a lot of these things are hindsight moves that a lot of people are mad about. I get it though. At the time when we signed Fulton, I don't think that was a bad move at the time, because he was supposed to free up Trent McDuffie to go in the slot where Trent McDuffie excels. It just didn't work. Like it wasn't for not like a lack of trying. And then it's like, I don't know, man. This is the longest season of all time, bro. This is a long season.
Okay, so so Deuce Staley is currently with the Cleveland Browns as the running back coach. That's
where get him out of there. He can come over here. Is that Chris or is that Chris or Maul? I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, get him out of here.
Chris anyway.
He may want to stay in Cleveland
just
because I was gonna say he may want to stay in Cleveland just because he's got some good weapons to use, I suppose. I don't know. The Elijah Mitchell thing was really just as simple as I didn't think that was the best free agency swing. I always prefer, if you're going to take the swings of free agency, to go with the younger guy. What's up, Chris? To go with the younger guy, as far as that's concerned, that you've seen be explosive. And what you saw out of Javonte Williams, now 2 years removed from the ACL, it wasn't necessarily a surprise to me. Now, obviously, it was just, it was a value signing, and they took the swing. I was banging the table for Rico Dowdle because I thought that he played very well. And, of course, they didn't go out and get him. So I don't unlike Country, I don't mind hindsight when I disagreed with something at the time. That's really what it comes down to. And I think that they missed some opportunities to improve this roster even still, as things started to not go great, I would say, during, during training camp and during preseason. I've got to double check something, right? Because I want to double check. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was necessarily realistic to go out and get this type of guy, but Tank Bigsby traded for a 5th and a 6th. Obviously, that's valuable picks, and we don't have a lot of picks. But if Tank Bigsby
has he done anything? Are they using him at kick returner?
There goes Sam Darnold throwing them picks once again.
I think he could tackle just short.
You know, when it get late in the year, Sam Darnold turn back to Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he turned into a pumpkin.
All right, what was it going to say? Oh, yeah. No, but the
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, every time that they've given him the ball, he's played well. So some and this is efficiency, but some metrics say that he's actually ran the ball better than Saquon Barkley in a lot of respects. Now, again, it's analytics and short sample size, but I'll say you this: he would easily be the best running back on this roster. Love Kareem.
Yeah.
That's fifth and a sixth, though. I wouldn't do that fifth and a sixth. A fifth
I
and a
understand
sixth.
it,
That was-
but if you got it, but as we sit here today, and I'm not saying that we should have done it, and obviously I had my disagreements about the Brees Hall thing. If you sit here today and say, hey, would you trade a 2026 fifth and a 2027 sixth to have Tank Bigsby for this season, and your season looks demonstrably different? I'm sure a lot of people would say yes to that. Now, I'm not saying for the long term if that ends up being the right thing or not, but that's probably the reality of the situation.
Right.
I will
That's
give you
fair.
credit for this, D-Mac. Your running backs were definitely spot on, bro, as far as like guys to bring in and try to help this offense. And like you're seeing Javonte and Rico Dowdle having good seasons where they're at currently.
I won't take full credit for Javonte. I just liked him more than Mitchell. I won't say I was banging the table, but I will take credit for Rico Dowdle though, because I really did like that kid, man. And I thought that he
Did you
played
like the
so well
Fulton
for them.
signing, though?
I did like the Fulton signing. I thought that he could work out well. And again, this is when you're shopping in free agency, sometimes it's just not going to work. Sometimes when you talk about football, you just bring guys in, it's just a swing and a miss. And I think that unfortunately did just happen with Christian Fulton. But it's just the reality of the situation.
No, but you know how it is, man. Sometimes fans say,
the
oh,
flip side,
oh my God, that's a great sign. Like they pulled up welcome Christian Fulton to the Chiefs. And if you look under that comment, it's all love. It's no
like good signing.
It looked like a good signing at the time. And then 12 weeks later, it's like, oh my God, man, what is Beach doing? Like, no, go back 12 weeks and look at how y'all felt about it. Like, I just feel like fans are like fickle like that. And it just bothers me sometimes. But sometimes you just be on point. Like I didn't like the Hollywood Brown signing. Now I'm on paper of I didn't want Hollywood Brown.
I was in that camp too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Unfortunately, I still think that he's the best man beater on this team, which is unfortunately kind of sad to say.
But see, that's what I'm saying, D-Mac. Like everybody's flipped on Hollywood Brown now. Yeah. And I'm like, shoot, Hollywood Brown, the only one that showed up a couple weeks ago. Literally, the only person that showed up.
He is the best man beater on the team because he understands how to run routes. He's just not as fast as he used to be, so that kind of it hurts a little bit. But the thing about it is like the Christian Fulton signing. Obviously, I was in favor of it. I thought that the ultimate aspect of it is you get an outside corner that had a good season for the Chargers, and you move Trent McDuffie inside. And it seems 1-to-1 to solve two places at once. But the other thing is, I really love Noah Williams. That was a guy I really wanted this quarterback room. So technically, I would have gone 1 for 2, but ultimately solved the problem the same. Spags just didn't necessarily see it that way in the deployment of these cornerbacks. So. We had some holes in the back end.
We're never going to find this out, I don't think. I'm going to ask it again. Is there a problem between Spags and Veach?
Define problem.
It's like this, and I would never do this. You can attest to this. I never tell you how to tell the truth. I suggest things, and then we talk, and then we meet in the middle. It would be like me saying, "No, dude, on Tell the Truth, I want you to talk about this particular play and say this about it," or I would say, "Hey, this is my suggestion. This is a group chat suggestion behind the scenes. Hey, Tell the Truth crew, I would love to see y'all break down the difference between Kafka and Nagy in similar situations. A suggestion. It wasn't you got to do this next Wednesday or next Tuesday or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm giving you an idea and I want your input on the same idea, and then we come to the middle and meet on it. I feel like they're not meeting in the middle on the players or it's just something going on in the middle. It's like the communication is off or something is off. It has to be off.
I think the reality of the situation is
catchphrase.
They both see the problems on the team. No, that's funny. Think that's good. I think they both see the problems on the teams, and Veach solves the problem by bringing somebody new in, And Spag solves the problem by saying, I'm using the same person that I always have in a different way. And it's not to say that either one is necessarily right, because we have seen in the past, and then I have to give Spags credit, we have seen in the past in which he has taken a problem, thrown the same person at the solution, and then by adjusting a few things, and then it works out in the long run. That has happened many times as far as his scheme is concerned.
True that.
I think that we have run out of the road in the sense of you can't fix not being able to get after the quarterback with 4. That's something you can't fix. You can't fix the fact that Shamari Connor can't play near the line of scrimmage. It really isn't necessarily a starting safety in the NFL. So your reliance on knowing the scheme and knowing how to do different things in the scheme is nice, but that's not ultimately going to solve the big issues that have plagued the Chiefs, specifically on defense as far as that's concerned. Whereas Veach says, hey, we can't rush the passer. I can go out and get you a pass rusher. Can you use him? Spag says, no, I need this guy. And then he sits on the bench for 4 weeks. Which is frustrating.
It's going to end up costing somebody. Somebody is going to need to end up being cost their job over this. There's too much malpractice going on.
I don't think it's going to happen on defense, but I do think that obviously on offense, and Andy has somewhat hinted at it, maybe that's going to happen. But I mean, you know me. I think Dave Tope should pay for it with his job because special teams is horrid. I think that obviously everybody on the offensive coaching staff, outside of obviously Andy Reid, should lose their jobs as well, or move into different roles, whatever you want to say, be replaced. But the defensive staff, I don't think necessarily they should lose their jobs. But this goes for the entirety of the team. The coaching staff needs to take a step back in how much influence they are having in personnel decisions, because the scouting department needs to start having more control, in my personal opinion, of saying, hey, we are doing this year round to try and improve the team. We will get you the talent, and we're not going to get you talent that has no use to you and doesn't fit at all. But we're going to be able to lead this from this perspective, and then you're going to coach the talent accordingly and put them in positions to succeed. And you have to actually do those things, because we can't continue on like this. It's not working anymore. We did it. Obviously, we made it work, but you have a season like this, and people on the defensive side aren't paying for it with their jobs. But in my opinion, they need to pay for it with losing influence.
It goes back to what I said weeks ago, or maybe like a month and some change ago, what I revealed on the show in regards to the scouting department and the coaches now being on the same page. So, like, you know, I mentioned how the scouts were trying to make suggestions to the coaches when we was off to like a rough start, and the coaches were just like, they just bluffed it off like, look, we're gonna do it this way, and that's that. And that upset the scouting department to a degree, like some people in it. So, you know, it just depends on if they want to change their philosophy in the offseason and trust the scouting department.
Or somebody's gonna have to get cost, bro. There's gonna have to be some consequences for this stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm bringing talent to you, I don't want to hear his arms are too short and you just throw him away. No, what about the rest of this stuff? If you got 10 attributes and he fit 9 of them, who cares if his arms are short? Isn't Simmons' arms too short? He didn't fit the threshold, right?
Who, Josh Simmons?
Yeah. Wasn't there something off about Simmons?
Yeah, so the top, this is long and short of it is they had mismeasurements at the combine. He always had his arm length was always long enough for the Chiefs thresholds, and the Chiefs knew that too.
Okay.
But I understand why you brought up the point, though. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but sometimes, man, the guy can play. Lawrence Taylor was a crackhead.
Well, the thing about
literally
the funny thing, the thing about Lawrence Taylor was so amazing that they had to invent ways on defense to use him, and then on offense to block him because you couldn't block him. But I agree with you in this sense, and this is the first round of this draft is going to be a very fascinating test case of this if they're committed to picking a defensive player, because the best player to be a immediate impact pass rusher would be David Bailey. David Bailey does not fit what Spags likes to do. It's just the reality of the situation. A guy like Ruben Bain, shorter arms would not fit the length threshold as far as what Spags and the Chiefs would want. A guy like Kendrick Fault would fit it a little bit better. I would say a lot better as far as what he brings to the table. But is he going to be an impact pass rusher is a little bit of a question mark from that standpoint. So I think we are going to find out answers to these questions very soon about what's going to happen and who's going to be driving this and if it's going to be status quo.
That's the problem. That's the problem we've been having the past few seasons in regards to Spags, as far as like finding a defensive end that can impact the game alongside Chris Jones. Like, you got to have all these requirements, you know, you got to have the right arm length, you know, the right height and weight, size, all that. Because there's been players that have made an impact on the pass rush, but they don't meet the criteria as far as what Spags want. And like when we do get a guy that meets the criteria Spags wants, they don't really make a huge impact like that. That's been the issue we've been having the past few years. So something got to change.
It's like he can get a guy like Agba came in a couple of years ago, and it was like, where has this type of guy? Like, where we can't find those type of guys no more. It's just frustrating, bro. It really is. And then it's like, well, yeah, he would be a good guy, but his arms are too short. It's like, I don't give a shit. His arms are too short. Can he rush he gets sacks. Like, Cassius, what's the dude's name? The SEC, All of America.
Texas A&M.
Can he get to the quarterback? Does it disqualify him that he got long hair? I don't care about his hair. Like, can he get the job done? I think it should be more about, can you get the job done at this point? You at the point now, can you get the job done? Period.
And I think that this is the reality situation because they are in a place where they need to re-inject this roster significantly with talent. They're not, in my opinion, in a place where beggars can be choosers. They need to be taking best player available on a consistent basis. And don't get me wrong, I would love if that falls in line with the defensive lineman. I think that a guy like David Bailey could satisfy that, as from a pass rush perspective specifically. If this is the thing about it for me, and I know Spags is not this type of guy, but again, it's time to adjust. I love it. I understand. You want a guy to play all three downs. Same thing with Omar Norman. I don't care. He can come in for second and third down. You don't need to have a guy out there for every single down if you can get guys out there that create splash plays. Ashton Gelati can be a first down defensive end if you want him to be. I'm not leaving him out there for third downs. That's where a guy like David Bailey would come in. I don't need so that's just me. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating. But they need to be taking best player available.
It really
they need to be taking best player available.
It's like, bro, we all love this team. We're all fans. We're doing this out the kindness of our hearts. Please, for real, think about it. Nobody's really getting paid off around here. We're doing this out of love. It's frustrating to put that much love, and then it feels like that isn't being returned to you as a fan. They don't owe us nothing, but it's just like, come on, man. Y'all see the problem. We all see the problems. Let's fix it. Who wants to fix it? And I know that's my catchphrase, but fix it. Fix it, Beach, please. Come on, man.
I wonder who on this team and who in the coaching staff, I guess to an extent, does have that pride to say, hey, man, this is not working out. And then honestly, I think that
he just broke his ACL.
That's what I was about to say. I think that the number one person.
He broke it.
The number one person in the organization, the most powerful person, and I know people would disagree with this, but the most powerful person is 15. And I truly do feel like, and I don't know, it's difficult for a player to do this because he can't just be like, yeah, there's issues on the defensive side of the ball. But I just feel like he's got to be the guy to go to Clark Hunt and be like, I don't know what's gone wrong here. I don't know what is going on, but there got to be some significant changes. They just has that.
Chris had that stroke?
I mean,
Chris got enough stroke to get Mike Pennell back.
Well, to go to Spags and be like, hey, can I get some help? I don't know if he's going to say that though, because he likes the guys that he's got in his defensive line room. I guess he doesn't necessarily love George Karlaftis based on that training camp conversation, but he loves George Karlaftis. But I don't know. I don't know if 95 would be that type of guy personally, just because it's kind of a weird position to be in. But yeah, I don't know. But 15, I'm sure is fed up with it, and I think that one thing is because he's obsessed with football, really in a lot of respects. He's probably going to sit back and watch a whole bunch of these games now that obviously he's just in a rehab mindset and just be like, man, can I get an offense that can do that? Who needs to be brought in so that we can get some of those easy things that other quarterbacks are operating with for me? And I hope he does do that, because I think that is going to be a major facilitator of change if Andy Reid is not already committed to doing those things.
I feel like Mike Kafka is going to be our OC next year. I don't know if it was his decision to fire Brian Cox.
Get out of there, Puka. Get out of there, Puka. I need Puka in the end zone, man. He's so close. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, Seattle cook.
I'm curious to see what type of attitude and swagger he brings to this locker room or to this coaching staff. Y'all watching the game, man? Yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
No, Kafka.
That's where we at right now. We watching.
I mean, I was listening, bro. It was like, are the Giants really gonna move on for Kafka? Are they really gonna let him go?
Yeah.
After this year,
I
don't know where they at with Kafka.
He's not doing well enough to keep his job. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing Kafka back. Am I giving the offensive coordinator job? I would prefer not to. I would bring him back and have him be the quarterback's coach personally. And I know people would be like, well, he's probably only going to leave for an offensive coordinator job. I don't really know if he's going to get an offensive coordinator job after this. To me, I would bring him back and be the quarterback's coach. I wouldn't have any issues with that. I don't think that there is enough from outside the system for me to feel great about him being the guy that's going to change the system. That's just reality.
What about Dayball?
Yeah, I mean, Dayball would be enough from outside the system.
Would you?
The problem.
Chuck said, man, I want to say
the problem with Dayball
and Andy working together. Would that be something that you could? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want a guy to come in and take over for Andy. I want a guy to come in and work hand in hand with. Let's try this. Let's engage this and influence this. Because when he had Chris Alt come in and help with the passing game, when he had what's the other old dude that came in and helped with Alex Smith game, he's done it before. Where he's worked with guys and had them come in and infuse new stuff into his offense. That's what I'm on. Charles looks so disappointed.
The one
I'm
issue
cool on Dayball, bro. I'm cool running that back again, bro. I'm good.
The run issue with Dayball is just the fact that he puts his quarterbacks in harm's way, and he's also not that amenable. I think Dayball's next stop, he will be the offensive coordinator for a defensive-minded head coach that will say, "Here, you take all of the offense."
Shit, he might be in Tennessee then.
Because here's the thing: Buffalo Bills fans, they want Dayball back. Sure, hey, let them have Dayball back. We don't need Dayball back here, man. Let Buffalo deal with that.
I know people would maybe not like this, but I would love to have Joe Brady. I think he's done a good job. I think he's done a good job.
Who else? Who would you like, Chuck? Anybody that's like.
And Chuck, you don't have to have a specific name, but is there anybody that you'd like? Is there an offense?
Yeah, you can just give us the type. You need a guy that's gonna run the ball. We know that.
I just want somebody to come in and bring a little more balance to the offense. I just don't want the offense to be so pass happy like it's been in the past 3 years. Give me somebody that's gonna be able to design plays better, game plan better. I don't have any names on top of my head right now. I have to sit down and evaluate some names. But
the dream scenario is Mike McDaniel then. Mike McDaniel, who might be getting fired anyway in Miami if they got to pick between him and Tua. Maybe. I don't know. Well, they're done with Tua. But sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
I'll say this about Mike McDonald. There's one thing that I
McDaniel. I'm
do.
sorry.
Or
McDaniel.
McDaniel. Did I say McDonald?
No.
See, this
No,
Rams
I
Seattle
messed
game.
up. I messed up and I made you mess up. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, this Rams Seattle game got me jacked up. But anyway, yeah, Mike McDaniel. There's one thing that I do know that he's very good at. He's good at being able to design the run game because we know he was a run game coordinator in San Fran, and you saw how that turned out. And our guy Elijah Mitchell, he had a 1,000-yard season in San Fran. You know what I'm saying? Well, he had to fill in. So there's one thing that we know from Mike McDaniel is he know how to get the run game going. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I say it's a dream scenario, and I'm not sure that he ends up getting cut or I should say fired because I feel like the things that they've done over the last part of the season is more so saying that it's probably not his problem. Is that enough to save his job? I have no idea if it is.
It's that quarterback, man. That quarterback is.
But I mean,
they got to move on from
look
tuna
at
fish, man.
You look up the things that they've been able to do. Some of the run game stuff. It's tough to pick out who you want, like off of Ben Johnson's staff, because it's a little bit of a mismatch. Though I think that the thing that you want to take away from Ben Johnson's staff is, hey, guess what he's got? He's got a former running back that has attention to detail out there coaching the running backs in Eric Bieniemy. He's got a former wide receiver. He's got a high attention to detail out there coaching the wide receivers in Antoine Randall, who helped Amon Ra, obviously helped Jameson Williams get better. And I would believe, in my opinion, helping Luther Burden along the pathway as well.
Indiana's own.
Yeah. And you see the way that they pinpoint some of these guys specifically, I think is very impressive.
Well, there's that Puka touchdown you was looking for.
Let's go. That's what I needed. I needed him or Colby Parkinson, so I'll take Puka. So that's really the big thing about it is just picking out the right people from the right staffs. I think you can go in and maybe borrow from Shane Steichen and what he's doing over there in the Colts. Yeah, anytime you're borrowing from the Rams, always makes sense. There's no doubt about it. Stafford did a no look. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts.
He's been doing that his entire career, though.
I know he has, but this one was a little bit different in the way that he did it off the goal line, in my opinion. Oh my God, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. But yeah, anytime you can borrow off the Ram staff, that's certainly one. I've been trying to poke around and see like anybody off the Bengals staff because I've actually been impressive at what they've done. If I know people are not going to want to hear this, if Zach Taylor ended up getting fired, I would not be opposed to him being the offensive coordinator
for Cincinnati.
Yes, I know that people do.
Oh, that would draw the internet nuts.
I know it would.
I embrace chaos. I'm with you.
They've done some really nice things structurally with their running game, and he's done those things specifically with the shackles of Joe Burrow not being, not wanting to be under center as often. I'd like to see what he could do from a run game perspective with a more consistent offensive guy. Go and borrow from Matt LaFleur's staff, of course, out of Green Bay. That's always a good one. You maybe post somebody from the Panthers as well, because I think that they've done a good job with how they've designed their running game too. So you're looking for those type of offenses that have been able to update and modernize their scheme to attack defenses. So it's not going to be easy to find them, but I think that Andy Reid is smart enough to interview and figure out who he wants to work with. It's just you got to get somebody new in here to help out and update this scheme, man.
There's no. And it's nothing. It's nothing that Andy Reid can sell me on keeping his staff.
No,
completely. It's nothing that he can sell me on. Nothing
whatsoever. No.
Absolutely not. It's not a word he could say that could sell me on keeping the staff together. It's nothing. Nothing he could say. I want a quarterback like I think Pat and Matt Stafford. How can we get that because Pat, I think him and Matt Stafford got a lot of similarities. How can we get that over here? That's what I'm looking for. A guy that could bridge that gap or something. Because it just looks too hard for Mahomes. And he's too good for this not to be looking easy for him. It should look easy for him.
You could probably hope that Stafford retires after they win the Super Bowl this year and McVay's like, I want to come to Kansas City. No, it's not going to happen. No, yeah. You got to find a way to poach somebody from the Rams staff. And it's kind of a weird year in that there's not a lot of hot offensive coordinator candidates in the sense that, of who people really want to go after for a head coaching job. So it's going to be an interesting cycle in general, but they've got to be able to pick out the right guy to diversify the scheme, because they can't go on like this. They can't make it this difficult on Patrick Mahomes.
No, especially coming off a ACL. You can't. It has to get better. Jesus Christ, looking for a positive.
Well, that's the one thing that sucks. My positives all got shot down this week. It felt like, because they don't want to play any of the guys. Like if we literally go down the roster, obviously quarterback is going to be quarterback. There's no reason why Isaiah Pacheco or Kareem Hunt need to continue to run the ball. I'm sorry. There's just no reason for it, because neither of those guys, and I know Kareem Hunt, I know you're in favor of bringing him back for that short yardage role. It wouldn't be the end of the world if it happened. I just don't really have any reason to, in my opinion. You shouldn't need Kareem Hunt to get a yard. That's just me personally.
Right.
But there's no reason to hand those guys the ball down the stretch here. It should be all Dameon Pierce, and Damian Martinez, but that obviously is not the way that they're going to go. And then Brashard Smith, third down snap.
Is that over or?
Well, I mean, they can still sign him, but they
can always cut Jimmy Holiday. You've done it 18 times this year. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah. No, I mean,
sorry, Jimmy Holiday. Sorry, bro. It's not you. Okay? It's me.
They could always still sign him. I'm just saying they didn't do it when I would have done it immediately. But wide receiver, Jalen Wills needs to be starting wide receiver, playing heavy snaps. I don't care if he makes mistakes. The point is to get out there and make mistakes so that you can do this early. I don't need to see Trey Smith. Go sit down, bro. You had a back injury and ankle injury. Creed continued to play, I understand, because of the snap exchange. That's fine. Hunter Norzad needs to be playing guard snaps. We need to see what you have out of this interior offensive lineman that you drafted and see what he could do. I would say even CJ Hansen should be playing, but I understand why you want Kingsley Suamataia to continue to get these reps. I'm actually perfectly fine with that.
You got to get Caliendo out of there too.
Yeah, there's no point in Caliendo continuing to run out there. Obviously, Moore and Esapole they should be the tackles. That's fine. Continue rolling out there. True Godric being behind them. Like I said, Royals, tight ends. If Kelsey wants to play, Kelsey plays. It's a reality situation. In my opinion, I don't need to see more Noah Gray, but I understand if they want to put him out there, I get it. But Jared Wiley and Jake Brendestuhl need to be out there getting some snaps. We need to see what we got in these young guys. Defensive side of the ball. Ashton Gelati should be playing damn near 100% of the snaps. There's no reason to sit him down at all. Zach Pickens, got to see what you got in this young guy coming out of the practice squad signed to the active roster. He should be playing instead of Derek Nottie. And I guess is Mike. We have flashbacks. He should be playing over Derek Nottie and Mike Pennell for that matter. And Chris Jones.
Would you sign Martin back? He got waived by the Steelers.
Yeah, I saw that. Sure, why not? Sure. Let him play too, because you got to find out what you got there. Jeffrey Bassa, he should be playing every single will linebacker snap. Shout out to Drew Tranquil. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. I don't need to see you out there anymore. It's a reality situation. I got to figure out what Jeffrey Bassa is as a young linebacker and have him make these mistakes in the NFL so that he can be ready and understand what he needs to get better at in the offseason for the development purposes. Obviously, Noah Williams needs to be playing all of these snaps. And Jaden Hicks. Both of those guys will be playing all these snaps.
I think Kevin Knowles should have more snaps.
Put Kevin Knowles at slot. They apparently want to try and play McDuffie on the bum knee. No, sit down somewhere, dog. Go sit down, please.
Anybody on the injury report just probably getting shut down.
Yes, go sit down. No, but legitimately, put these guys on IR so you have more roster spots to play young guys. That's truly how I feel. There's no limit on IR. There just isn't. Go sit down somewhere. I was gonna play Najee Johnson at safety. See what he's got
at safety.
Yes, at safety.
At safety, no cornerback. Safety, please.
Because guess what? Najee Johnson isn't going to have any market in free agency. You can probably bring him back for a non-guaranteed contract. But if he plays safety and shows you something, then at the very least, you already know that he has special teams value. He could be somebody that could be a valuable piece on the roster for next year. But if you don't know that he can play safety, Johnson,
stop recording the locker room, bro. I don't know why you're doing that.
That's not going to help you stick around, to be fair.
Yes, please. Put your phone down, son. You're a great guy. I met your people. Good dude. Put your phone. Put your phone.
And we know they've been doing you a disservice by playing you at corner. We know that your natural position is safety, and we want to see you there.
We've been saying it for years. But put your phone down.
And please. like that's how you know something happened in the locker room after that Houston Texas game. Like, there's no other reason why he put out that video in the locker room of, with
timing is impeccable.
We have put the gloves on. There's a reason why he put that out there. The locker room was clearly fractured after that Houston game.
Yeah, that was a bad. I didn't like that decision at all. I don't think you should have put that out there, bro.
Yeah.
Please put your phone down. But all young guys, if you're even halfway, if you look injured, if you bend over slowly in the pause, if your back look like it's tweaked or something, I'm putting you on IR. I'm not playing no games. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see you. Trey Smith, I love you. Shut it down. You got a high and a low ankle sprain. Shut it down, bro. Juwan Taylor, I might not see you no more, but brother, it was fun. It was fun.
No reason to keep playing for Juwan. Sit down. Sam, just do another one.
Christian Travis, I'm not gonna force you to sit, but I don't need you. I don't need to see you anymore, Chris.
Chris can sit down in my opinion, but I understand if he wants to play. Look, I would just put him out there.
He don't want to play. That's the type of. I want that too. I like that the fact that you are that, but this you're not playing 100% of these snaps though.
Right. That's the point. This is a really good opportunity. Hey, Chris, I know you. We know you're a leader. We know that you want to be out there for these guys. We are going to allow you to do that. We're just only going to use you on passing downs. Just around the situation. Mm-hmm. We got Broderick Martin, who we re-signed. We got Zach Pickens. These are going to be our primary early down guys. We'll have Pinnell and obviously Nadi back him up if needed to rotate him out and keep him fresh. Jones, you're going to come in on some rushing downs and we're going to get you out there for those pass rush opportunities. Go get you some sacks. If you get some opportunities against chasing down Cam Ward.
Whatever incentive you out there.
Right. We don't need you to be out there outside of that.
I was just about to say that.
So it took him so long to get Ashton out there. He should have been playing weeks ago too.
Because they love Mike Dana, man. And Charles Omeni, who they thought they continued to see a spark in him, but didn't end up happening. But Travis Kelce is a very unique case in the sense that this could be his last 3 games, and so that's kind of a hey, if you want to play, then you play, and you play as much as you want to. That's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
I just
because we know Minshew's going to throw you the ball, Trav. We know that because
you just got to find a way to find some snaps for Brennan Stool and Wiley, in my opinion.
Jesus, it's been a while since it's been like this with my team. I was
just about to say, like,
I am just out of practice of seeing my team.
Yeah, because like
I'm not having a shot. It's kind of crazy.
Because I was about to say with NFL incentives, like the only reason that if any Chiefs player will still be out there playing at this point is if they're trying to reach a certain incentive. You know what I'm saying? I know George right now, for example, he got some incentives right now with sacks. If you get 2 more, you get $250K. He gets up to 11. He can earn up to $1 million if he gets 11, but I don't see him getting 11. But I know George? Noah Gray, he got a
Where's George at? Like 7? How many sacks?
He got 6 right now. He got 6 sacks right now.
He gets an incentive if he gets 11?
If he gets 8. If he gets 8, it's $250K. But he can earn up to $1 million if he gets 11.
I don't know why I asked. I don't really care if George Karlaftis plays or not. Honestly, he could use the reps. So go play. Like I feel the same about George Karlaftis as I do about Rashee Rice. Like you guys can use the reps because you guys are not doing your job to the levels that you need to be doing. So.
Yeah.
No, obviously Rashee Rice's concussion isn't going to play. So sorry.
And then there's another one, Noah Gray. You know what I'm saying? Noah Gray plays at least 55% of the snaps. He'll get like a little incentive bonus. Right now he's played 48%. We're not playing for anything, so he might get a few more reps.
He's already paid. He's already paid plenty of money. I would not be playing him to continue to get that incentive. Personally, I'm just saying.
Oh man, we haven't even Okay, so
that was just some of the
we got
examples right there.
Yeah,
We
I know.
got-
I appreciate you because I didn't know.
we got a couple minutes, so we got to talk about this Kansas thing. Or you want to wait until it's official?
But
I mean, we could talk about it.
I got one more thing as far as the game is concerned.
Go ahead.
Well,
Game has
not
me
as far as
depressed.
not as far as this game in general, but I think that it is. Man, can you imagine how defeating it's probably going to feel? I don't want to. This is going to sound depressing. It's gonna suck a lot that on Christmas, Travis Kelce's last home game is going to probably be at home, and he's just going to be running out there with Gardner Minshew, and the stadium. I don't know how full it's going to be. I don't know. But like most of Chiefs fans aren't even going to want to watch the game because they're going to be disgusted by it. Like it doesn't. And this is unfortunately how it always feels when it comes to sports and the end. It's just it never necessarily feels great.
Rashid Shaheed to the
That was a
crib.
huge punt return. That I don't. It never seems like it ends the way that you want to as far as a fairy tale is concerned. But that's going to be a really sucky ending if that's going to end up being his last home game, which I understand why it would be.
I think his return is going to be really, really closely dependent on Pat's rehab.
I can't. Obviously, I have my own thoughts about Pat's rehab. I can't imagine that after this season went like this, after he worked so hard and improved from where he was last year, for the season to end like this, and then for him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna sign up for working my butt off again after doing with the and then Patrick Mahomes may not start the year, and he's facing getting married this summer. And
Would you pull a Mike Pennell with Kelsey?
In what sense?
Pat comes back. It's looking all right. We're doing pretty good. Come on, Pat. Come on, Kelsey. Let's run these last 10 games in the playoffs.
I hope you don't have to.
Okay. I just
Look,
as fans, and we're all fans of Travis Kelce. I don't want to see him go out. Like,
I don't. That's why it came to mind. Like I don't want it to end at home Christmas Day where nobody wants to watch this game. Gardner Minshew, half empty Arrowhead, getting blown out by the Broncos. That's not how you want this to end, but that's probably how it's going to end.
Maybe you have a 200-yard game or something against.
Look, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I can see a scenario where after this Titans game, he'll go on new heights and he'll make the announcement that he's gonna retire, and then it's gonna be hyped up. You know what I'm saying? On Amazon Prime, Travis Kelce's last home game in Arrowhead. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think Travis is like that. I think Travis, if he was going to retire right now, it would be purely emotional, and I don't think he's like that. I think he's going to take the time to. I think he's going to talk to Jason and Taylor, of course, and have a meeting with Andy and probably Pat before you make a real decision. Now it looked like he's retiring right now. Well, I'll give you that. He probably 85% retired right now, but I think there's some conversations that need to be had before he actually makes a full announcement. And I don't know for sure that Pat's gonna say, "Nah, bro, go ahead." I'm not for sure that Pat's gonna let him. His vote is gonna be go ahead and retire. I'm not 1,000% sure he's gonna be like that.
You said if he asked, what he should do.
I'm saying I feel like before he actually announced a retirement, he'll have conversations with certain people, Andy, Pat, Jason Kelce, and his wife, of course.
You're
asking, and I think the other 3 votes might be go ahead and ride off in the sunset. I don't think Pat's answer is. I think Pat would be like, give me one more, and I can get you there, and you can ride off.
Yeah, I mean the thing about if Pat what's it called? If Pat has that conversation, he's gonna be like, "God, dude, I'm gonna be back for week 1. Don't retire." That's what his answer is going to be. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think.
I mean, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll have time to do. I find it hard to believe that Kelsey's gonna come back after this. I truly do.
I'm with you. Man, damn, I hate it. I hate it to be just depressing on this show, but all right. So we're meeting in Topeka, with the state officials, and Kansas has put in their bid. I'm not as mad as I pretend to be on social media that they're going to Kansas, because I think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to Kansas. And when you start to break it down of new stadium, new building, new amenities, just brand spanking new, and Clark Hunt gets his Jerry World in the middle of bum ass Kansas, it's just kind of hard to avoid it. It's just got to happen. If they get a when they get this stadium brand spanking new when it's built, I promise you there's going to be a Final Four, biggest concert tours you ever seen. It's going to be it's just a foregone conclusion, bro. And it makes sense. I know y'all mad at Clark Hunt. I know fans are, but it just is what it is, man. That's the game, bro. You can't bring the Final Four to Arrowhead. It's too cold. You can't do it. But if you got a dome on that bitch, or a retractable roof or whatever, you get a new stadium. You get a new stadium. You get a Super Bowl. That's the thing. And I don't know. It's just gonna happen, bro. We still got like what 4 or 5 years on the lease.
Yeah,
2030.
Yeah. You know what I've said. You know what I've said since the beginning of this talk really began. I guess what is it, 3 years ago now? Maybe.
Yeah.
I've said this was the end goal. The end goal was Clark Hunt Dome in Kansas because he can leverage him for the most money. Put it in whatever area will give him the most room to be able to build everything out. Shops, restaurants, apartment buildings, whole new place to be able to create a nice surrounding areas around it. They can own other property, be able to lease it out to different places. I hope that obviously they can still keep the tailgate aspect of it, because I think that is the most unique aspect of the Chiefs game day experience that exists really in all of the league, in my opinion, is the tailgate. So they got to keep the tailgate aspect of it. But I always thought the Dome was where this was headed, because it's exactly what you said. Final Four, Super Bowl. They obviously got the World Cup, so it's not like the NFL can be like, well, Kansas City's not big enough. No, they got the World Cup. They're going to be able to justify it. It's always what it was headed towards.
Wrestling, boxing, MMA events, all
concerts, like you said. It's just the reality of the situation. And Arrowhead is a unique, it is a special venue. It is awesome. But the reality situation is that's just what happened. Oh, okay.
Just we got some action. Seattle is back in it.
We got some action,
just
boy.
Like that.
It's just it is a shame. Well, I wouldn't even say it's a shame, but it is just the reality of life that Arrowhead's going to be a bit of farewell. I just hope that the team itself does what is necessary so that we can have more moments like the 13 seconds game, like the AFC Championship game versus the Bengals, like Sammy Watkins versus the Titans, like 2 years ago. Last year's AFC Championship game versus the Bills that I was lucky enough to be in person for. I hope they do right by this team to be able to build those things out, and so that they can have more moments in between now and when they move on to that next dome. Because Arrowhead deserves to go out on top from that perspective. So I'm not surprised about this is where it's headed. I felt like this is always the end goal for Clark Hunt, because he's a businessman and is talking about the money at the end of the day. That's the way these things, get determined in multi-billion-dollar industries like the NFL. So That being said, still feel like Kansas City Royals, if you don't end up downtown, Kansas City Mo as well from this perspective, that's a mistake on both your parts. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Reality situation is Royals, if they go out to wherever Kansas, they not pulling like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are an event. With all due respect to the Royals, they're not an event. It's not how this goes. It's not how baseball operates.
They don't
Baseball,
even want him out.
but that's the reality situation.
The mayor of Overland Park was like, "Yeah, we good."
But this is the thing: the
Get them
Braves,
downtown, man. They deserve downtown, bro. Get them downtown. Make it happen.
The Braves were downtown for a period of time, and obviously they moved out of downtown because they weren't necessarily working. But what the Braves had to do was they built everything out around the stadium. The Royals aren't going to be able to do that in the same way that the Braves are. The Royals need to be in a downtown area, similar like the Baltimore Orioles in that sense. Just downtown area where people are like, hey, we're going to a game, we're in the neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera. That downtown baseball works. And obviously I'm a St. Louis guy. I should say that. So yeah. Obviously I see the rubs of it and how Ballpark Villas has been awesome to be built out around the new Busch Stadium. Baseball needs to be downtown. Honestly, it's always been downtown. You look at Ebbets Field, all these old stadiums, they've already been downtown because they're a part of a community. That's what baseball is about. Football is an event sport. Every single Sunday, that's where everybody goes, watch the game. Baseball needs to be downtown. So in my opinion, if the Royals end up following to Kansas, going out there, that would be a mistake on my part, and it'd be a missed opportunity for KC Mo as well.
Yeah. And please don't. I barely go to. I don't attend a lot of Royal games, but I damn sure ain't going to 119th and all to watch no baseball. I just can't. I refuse.
I lived in downtown KC for as long as I did, and I can't tell you how often I just was like, I don't really feel like driving over there, and that was to Missouri, obviously, but it's just. If the Royal Stadium was 5 blocks from my apartment, I would have been there all the time because it would have been so much more convenient. I can go there, have 3 beers, get drunk, and then walk back home. Sure, it's easy. That's because it just lends itself better to being that type of thing as far as what downtown baseball entails. So I do truly feel, and again, we've had this conversation about how I feel about Kansas City. I think that's a really good city. And I'm always rooting for Missouri. And even though I hate the Royals, I still want the best for the city in that aspect of it. So
if you lose both,
it's just tough. It's tough.
It's crippling. It's paralyzing, damn near.
Like I
think when the Chiefs get out the way, that the Royals can make their move. And for so long, I thought it was the other way around. That when the Royals get out the way, the Chiefs can make their move. But
because the Chiefs
team dead. Mark Donovan was dead set. He gonna make this franchise some money. The Chiefs the money's in Kansas.
The Chiefs are the crown jewel, and I think that after Kansas gets the crown jewel, they're gonna be like, and then that will bring the Royals back to the table with KC Mo, and I think it'll end up getting done. But that's just the reality situation. It's got to.
Before I chime,
go ahead, Chuck. No, you go ahead.
Before I chime in on this subject, man, the funniest thing that's happened was
what happened.
So the official ruling is that it was a lateral and not a forward pass. So there was a fumble recovered by Seattle in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion counts, and it's a tie game.
He threw the ball backwards. Did it hit anybody?
Yeah, it hit Jared Verse in the helmet.
So he hit Jared Verse in the helmet. The ball just goes into the end zone, and Charbonnet accidentally walks over, picks the ball up with one hand, and ties the ball game.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, that's funny. Go ahead, Joe. We've been talking about the stadium a lot. You give me, what are your thoughts?
But man, it was basically inevitable at this point, man. I mean, shout out to Mayor Lucas, man. Shout out to Mayor Q. But he talks a good game, but I just knew the writing was on the wall, man. Like you just hear more and more about.
It's not his fault, though.
I know it's not his fault, but I'm just saying, though.
No, yeah.
That's what he's supposed to say. You know what I mean? But I just knew, man. Like I wasn't going. I wouldn't really move. I mean, he's doing his job as the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep the people of Missouri, or people can't see Missouri calm. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation, but we know what's up, man. We know what's up. We know what this is, bro. Like business is business at the end of the day when it comes down to it. So we just waiting on the official word.
I don't understand why anybody would blame the mayor. It's above his role. It's not what mayors do. They don't force billion-dollar franchises to stay in places. That's not how this works.
Exactly.
I don't know who they should be upset with that, and as far as Missouri legislator maybe is concerned, but whatever are the roadblocks in the way of Royals being downtown, maybe Mayor Q does have a hand in that. Whatever those roadblocks are in the way of, that's what the public should be mad at, because that is a realistic goal for them to have the Royals downtown. Chiefs, like I said, they were always moving to Kansas with a dome. I know other people may disagree with that. Maybe people think that it could have been in Missouri. I don't think that was ever really realistic. I think they were always going to extort Kansas for this because that's what good businesses do. So I think that's the thing, that whatever needs to happen to allow the Royals to be downtown and that to be the next step, that is the thing that could be worth criticizing people over.
Make it work.
Yeah. And like and with the whole Royals being downtown, man, I think like the hard selling Frank White, joined forces, you know what I'm saying, that ruined everything right there, because it was going to be across the highway from the T-Mobile Center. That's what the original plan was, but
would have been perfect in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was it simply the bond vote that ended up ruining that, or was it an actual downtown plan that they had a chance to vote on and they scrapped it?
It was the tax, right?
Yeah. I know the tenants are originally down there in that area of the crossroads, whatever, they basically voted against it or whatever. And,
I like the crossroads a lot, guys. Y'all, that was stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know any other way to say that.
Ain't no other way. Ain't no other way to say it. It was stupid. We were stupid. I voted yes.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I voted yes too, for the record. It didn't make much sense to me. And again, I don't know. I'm sure that some of those tenants, at the very least, had good reason to vote against it. I'm sure that they did, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that is the right thing. But I do think that, however it'll happen, if it's possible to happen, I think that they'll have a chance to rectify it, because, like I said, I think after Kansas gets the Chiefs, the Royals will lose their.
That's what I think too.
Make that happen.
And maybe we can slide a WNBA team into the T-Mobile Center or something.
Yeah, did y'all listen to Fesco? Why was he talking about an NBA team coming to Kansas City?
Man, it's not the first time we done had that discussion, man. Like, at the end of the day, like,
did he just say
10 years ago too?
Did he say like he had heard something, or he just was like NBA coming to Kansas City? I'm clarifying because I only saw the tweet.
He probably had heard something allegedly. That's what I'm going. I ain't watched the clip, honestly.
Me either, man. I'm sorry, but bro, if you go from football to NBA, that is a tremendous step down. The NBA ain't even. They're not pulling it in like they used to.
Yes, to an extent. If Kansas City got an NBA team, it would be a huge thing to have happen, because it's an NBA team. It is the second biggest sport that you get. If you had downtown baseball and an NBA team theoretically at T-Mobile Center, I don't know if T-Mobile Center would be big enough, though. It's a different conversation. But if you had an NBA team come to Kansas City, then yeah, that would be a pretty huge thing, in my personal opinion, at least. Would it make up for the Chiefs? No, of course not. It's not going to make up for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The drop off from the Chiefs to an NBA team is
But I do think that it would be a significant step. Regardless, I don't think it's going to happen. Because of some of the things that Adam Silver and David Stern believe about the NBA being in Kansas City, but simply for the fact that the next two NBA teams are going to be in Seattle and Vegas.
Yeah.
Like we can get the peck on that.
Give us the
We
Pelicans.
way behind the
We'll have to change the name, but St. Louis Storm sounds pretty good for the Pelicans. Just
All right, man. Go to our sponsor, Chuck. St. Louis. Jesus Christ. St.
The
Louis.
St. Louis Storm. You don't want to bring the spirits back? You
no,
want to go to
no,
the
we
Storm?
gotta update
Hey.
it. We gotta update it.
Spirits was dope. They had some dope ass jerseys. I ain't gonna even lie.
I mean, hey, look, hey, that Chingy album cover, man, that's a classic right there, boy.
And the St. Lunatics are back together. Chuck, what's our sponsor, man?
All right, man. All right, I'm gonna show it. All right, so shout out to good people Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code KingdomCast, all in one word, to sign up. For new users, bet $5, get up to $100 in bonus funds. But they got a new promotion going on this week, leading up to Christmas. You go to Underdog every day. You unwrap some type of gift every day. I mean, it could be a bonus bet, it could be a boost, whatever you name it. It could be a discounted prop. So that's what they got going on Underdog. And if you want to check it out, you can download it on Apple Store or Google Play. And again, use our promo code KingdomCast, all in one word, to sign up.
Yes, sir. Well,
But yeah. As far as this game goes, man, I mean, there ain't much to talk about, man. It's gonna be low scoring, conservative type of game. I mean, like you mentioned, country's basically preseason, or it should be.
did you see the over under? It's like 30 something.
37.5 is extremely low. Like that's very telling of how this game gonna go.
I got Titans 17, Chiefs 13.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. I mean, that's kind of where I have it. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a good bet to me.
Yeah.
We love you, Chiefs. We love you. We still love you.
Look, rain or shine, man. Rain or shine.
Yeah.
You're always gonna love the Chiefs.
Yeah,
But I will say this. I am looking forward to watching Cam Ward play. Against our defense. We'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? So there is that.
We're gonna see if Spags got some fight in him if he sends a bunch of cover zero blitzes at him.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what young guys is out there for the Chiefs, man. We'll see how this thing turns out, man.
If I could guarantee one player, if I was to say, if you guys can guarantee one player to play 100% snaps, who would you want to see?
To play 100% of snaps?
100% snaps.
Noah Williams, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Noah Williams, that'll probably be the closest thing right there.
But I'm not saying it.
We've seen him play.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody that obviously you haven't seen enough of or want to see specifically. I would say more so. It doesn't have to be 100%.
Boston or
playing
Royals?
significant snaps.
Yeah,
it got to be the linebacker of Royals.
Yeah, I'm like, with Jalen Royals, I will hope he gets plenty of opportunities on Sunday.
I want to see one of them defensive tackles too. One of those guys too.
I think Pickens will get some run, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston on defense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Pickens would be nice. Obviously, Bastard Royals, and then I would like to see Jaden Hicks out there for 100% of snaps because we have to get some answers about what he can do.
Absolutely.
Or let him go.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, let's go and wrap this one up, man. Appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. D-Mac, appreciate you pulling up, giving us your insight on what's currently going on.
Yeah, appreciate the D-Mac.
Yeah.
We did have a guest, and we still got that guest, but he had to rebook. But it's a good guest, I think.
Yeah. You'll see who it is one day. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share our social media platforms. You watch us on Twitter, please hit the retweet and like button to share to everyone that you know. And if you watch us on YouTube, when this video goes off, please hit the hype button. We need that hype button to be hit. Get this video out to everyone that you know. We try to get as many eyes as possible as far as our content. And not just Kingdom Cast show, like all of our shows. Like the Red Shirt Pod was on earlier today. Tell the Truth, obviously. Magruder Files tomorrow. 2 words for you, wrestling platform. So yeah, man, we want to get out there. So till the next one,
I'm still gonna do a movie review podcast though. I'm gonna make D-Mac get in there with me every once in a while.
Okay. All right. Till the next episode, we out, y'all.
T-Mac, like, I don't go to the movies.